Hey y'all. Had to lubricate my lips. How are you? I hope you're doing a wonderful, wonderful time of this good morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, midnight hour. Welcome. My name is Tamika Collins. Y'all like my little pen my baby gave me for Christmas? One of her Christmas gifts. She gave me so much stuff. I love her. She's so sweet. Anywho, my name is Tamika Collins, and this her is my YouTube channel. And on these episodes, we are reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. We are now in Joshua. I don't know. I keep wanting to call it Joseph. Joshua, the second chapter. Last episode was version. We read the introduction of Joshua, kind of telling us a little bit of what we're going to be reading. And then we read chapter 1. So, we recap. So let's recap. Joshua is now the Israelites leader. I was like, let me make sure I got the right name. Joshua is now the Israelites leader since Moses has gone on to glory. We read the preface of Joshua in chapter 1. And in chapter 1, the Lord charges Joshua and promises to be with him just as he was with Moses. Joshua tells everyone to get your stuff together because in 3 days, they will be crossing the Jordan River. So now we're in chapter 2. So let's read what chapter 2 says, okay? I hope you're doing wonderful. Rahab protects the spies. If y'all don't know about Rahab, she was a great woman. She helped, and that's how she got to get saved. But we're gonna read that. We're gonna read it. Okay. Rahab protects the spies. Then Joshua secretly sent out 2 spies from the Israelite camp at Archaea Grove. He instructed them scout out the land on the other side of the Jordan River, especially around Jericho. So the 2 men set out and came to the house of the prostitute named Rahab and stayed there at night. See, God can clean you up. Yes, He will. Yes, He will. Yes, He will. Yes, He will. But someone told the king of Jericho, some Israelites have come here tonight to spy out on the land. So the king of Jericho sent orders to Rahab, bring out the men who have come into your house, for they have come here to spy out the whole land. Rahab had hidden the 2 men, but she replied, yes, the men were here, but I didn't know where they were from. They left the town at dusk as the gates were about to close. I don't know where they went. If you hurry, you can probably catch up with them. Actually, she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them beneath the bundles of flax she had laid out. So the king's men went looking for the spies along the road leading to the shallow crossings of the Jordan River. And as soon as the king's men had left, the gate of Jericho was shut. Before the spies went to sleep that night, Rahab went up to the roof to talk with them. I know the Lord has given you this land, she told them. We are all afraid of you. Everyone in this land is living in terror. For we have heard how the Lord made a dry path for you through the Red Sea when you left Egypt. And we know what you did to Sihon and Og, the 2 Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, whose people you completely destroyed. No wonder our hearts have melted in fear. No one has the courage to fight after hearing such things. For the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. Now swear to me by the Lord that you will be kind to me and my family since I have helped you. Give me something to guarantee that when Jericho is conquered, you will let me live, along with my father and my mother, my brothers and sisters, and all their families. We offer our own lives as a guarantee for your safety, the man agreed. If you don't betray us, we will keep our promise and be kind to you when the Lord gives us the land. Then, since Rahab's house was built into the town wall, she let them down by a rope through the window. Escape to the hill country, she told them. Hide there for 3 days from the men searching for you. Then, when they have returned, you can go on your way. Before they left, the men told her, We will be bound by the oath we have taken only if you follow these instructions. When we come into the land, you must leave the scarlet rope hanging from the window through which you let us down. And all your family members, your father, your mother, your brothers, all the relatives must be here inside the house. Inside the house. Give them here. If they ain't here, we can't do nothing about that. So be in the house. Amen. Amen. If they go out into the street and are killed, it will not be our fault. But if anyone lays a hand on people inside this house, we will accept the responsibility for their death. If you betray us, however, we are not bound by the oath in any way. I accept your terms, she replied, and she sent them on their way, leaving the scarlet rope hanging from the window. The spies went up into the hill country and stayed there 3 days. The men who were chasing them searched everywhere along the road, but they finally returned without success. Then the two spies came down from the hill country across the Jordan River and reported to Joshua all that had happened to them. The Lord has given us the whole land, they said, for all the people in the land are terrified of us. Chapter 3. Crossing the Jordan. Early the next morning, Joshua and all the Israelites left Achaia Grove and arrived at the banks of the Jordan River, where they had camped before crossing. 3 days later, the Israelite officers went through the camp, giving these instructions to the people. When you see the Levitical priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God, move out from your positions and follow them. Since you have never traveled this way before, they will guide you. Stay about a half a mile behind them, keeping a clear distance between you and the ark. Make sure you don't come any closer. Then Joshua told the people, Purify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do great wonders among you. In the morning, Joshua said to the priests, Lift up the Ark of the Covenant and lead the people across the river. And so they started out and went ahead of the people. The Lord told Joshua, Today I will begin to make you a great leader in the eyes of all the Israelites. They will know that I am with you, just as I was with Moses. Give this command to the priests who carry the Ark of the Covenant. When you reach the banks of the Jordan River, take a few steps into the river and stop there. So Joshua told the Israelites, Come and listen to what the Lord your God says. Today you will know that the living God is among you. You will surely drive out the Canaanites, Hittites, Hivites, Perizzites, Girgashites, Amorites, and Jebusites ahead of you. Look, the Ark of the Covenant, which belongs to the Lord of the whole earth, will lead you across the Jordan River. Now choose 12 men from the tribes of Israel, one from each tribe. The priests will carry the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord of all the earth. As soon as their feet touch the water, the flow of the water will be cut off upstream, and the river will stand up like a wall. So the people left their camp to cross the Jordan, and the priests who were carrying the Ark of the Covenant went ahead of them. It was the harvest season, and the Jordan River was overflowing its banks. But as soon as the feet of the priests who were carrying the ark touched the water at the river's edge, the water above that point began backing up a great distance away from the town called Adam, which is near Zarethan, and the water below that point flowed on to the Dead Sea until the riverbed was dry. Then all the people crossed over near the town of Jericho. Meanwhile, the priests who were carrying the Ark of the Covenant stood on dry ground in the middle of the riverbed as the people passed by. They waited there until the whole nation of Israel had crossed the Jordan on dry ground. He'll make a way, won't he will? Yes, he will, won't he will. Chapter 4. Memorials to the Jordan crossing. When all the people had crossed the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Now choose 12 men, one from each tribe. Tell them, take 12 stones from the very place where the priests are standing in the middle of the Jordan. Carry them out and pile them at the place where you will camp tonight." So Joshua called together the 12 men he had chosen, one from each tribe of Israel. He told them, "Go into the middle of the Jordan, in the front of the ark of the covenant, in front of the ark of the Lord your God. Each of you must pick up one stone and carry it out on your shoulder, 12 stones in all, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel. We will use these stones to build a memorial. In the future, for your children will ask, 'What do these stones mean?' Then you can tell them. They remind us that the Jordan River stopped flowing when the Ark of the Lord's covenant went across. These stones will stand as a memorial among the people of Israel forever." So the men did as Joshua had commanded them. They took 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan River, each one for each tribe, just as the Lord had told Joshua. Okay, making sure. They carried them to the place where they camped for the night and constructed the memorial there. Joshua also set up another pile of 12 stones in the middle of the Jordan at the place where the priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant were standing, and they are there to this day. The priests who were carrying the Ark, I'm going to have to look them up and see if they got some pictures. The priests who were carrying the ark stood in the middle of the river until all the Lord's commands that Moses had given to Joshua were carried out. Meanwhile, the people hurried across the riverbed, and when everyone was safely on the other side, the priests crossed over with the ark of the Lord as the people watched. The armed warriors from the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh led the Israelites across the Jordan, just as Moses had directed. These armed men were about 40,000 strong, were ready for battle, and the Lord was with them as they crossed over to the plains of Jericho. That day, the Lord made Joshua a great leader in the eyes of all of the Israelites, and for the rest of his life, they revered him as much as they had revered Moses. I know I'm not saying that word right, but reverenced. Okay. And the Lord said to Joshua, "Command the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant to come out of the riverbed." So Joshua gave the command. As soon as the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant came out of the riverbed, and their feet were on the ground, the water of the Jordan returned and overflowed its banks as before. The people crossed the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month. Then they camped at Gilgal, just east of Jericho. It was there at Gilgal that Joshua piled up the 12 stones taken from the Jordan River. Then Joshua said to the Israelites, "In the future your children will ask, 'What do these stones mean?' Then you will tell them, 'This is where the Israelites crossed the Jordan on dry ground, for the Lord your God dried up the river right before your eyes, and he kept it dry until we all were across, just as he did at the Red Sea, when he dried it up until we all had crossed over. He did this so all the nations of the earth might know that the Lord's hand is powerful, and so you might fear the Lord your God forever." The Lord mighty in battle, strong tower. Amen. He's so great. I love him. Do you love him? I know you do. I love him. We love him, right? I hope you are having a wonderful time. I love just hearing about the conquering of the Lord, his hand upon his people. making a way when it seems there is no way. Because, Lord, my God, in the mighty name of Jesus, has He done that for me, and how He does that for me. He's been doing it all my life, and He will continue to do it for not only me and my children and my children's children, but my whole family, my friends, my enemies. All they call on the name of the Lord, you are welcomed. He invites you to sup with Him, to be in His fold, for Him to be your leader, your all in all. Worship and adore Him and serve Him, because that's what we are supposed to be doing, right? We are supposed to be serving the Most High God and living life and life more abundantly, and getting all these good promises that He promised. All of it, all this good milk and honey overflowing. Overflow. Overflow. Yes, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That's one of my favorite scriptures. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Because only God can do that. And like I said, He's been doing it. He will continue to do it. I just love Him so much. When you come up and you hear the saints say, when I think about the goodness of Jesus and all that He has done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. There are so many testimonies that I could give throughout my life. But as we wrapping up 2023, I am just thankful that He has called me back to His remembrance. I've been there, and he's been there, but He is giving me a chance to get it right and to serve Him wholeheartedly, because you can't straddle the fence. We can't straddle the fence. And no, I don't dot every T and cross every I. But guess what? I will continue to press toward the high calling which is in Christ Jesus, who is my reasonable service. I'll continue to press. We're supposed to press until we take that last breath. We are to press towards the high calling which is in Christ Jesus. I hope you have a great morning. I hope you have a great afternoon. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great midnight hour. Thank you so much for rocking with me. We will be in Joshua, the 5th chapter, when we come back next time. And I hope you have a good one, okay? And if I don't see you before New Year's, Happy New Year 2024. Pastor that I like to watch says Mo and 24. And I'm believing it. I'm standing on His word. Because guess what? God can do anything. He can do everything above and beyond what we can think. Because our brains are this small compared to His. Look at all the things He made. Some of the things we don't even know what they're for. But He has a reason. There is a reason why it's there. There's a reason for the octopus and the jellyfish. There's a reason for the purple flowers and the pink ones. There's a reason for the thorn bushes and all the other good stuff for the earth and the fullness thereof. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So until next time,